Welcome back. What all kicks off tomorrow? Bison tailgating, obviously one of our favorite pastimes, and it is just going to be nutso tomorrow with NDSU and UND there. So join us today to talk about, make sure that you don't end up somewhere downtown. Jessica Schindeldecker and Sergeant Volrath are joining us this morning. To both of you, great to have you here.
Great to be back.
Exciting day, but I gotta presume for you guys maybe a little bit of, I don't want to say stress, but like, okay, we want to make sure this goes out without a hitch. What's your plan?
Well, you know, this is a well-oiled wheel, so I brought Sergeant Volrath with me today because he's been working every single Bison football game, right, since like Dakota Field, and he coordinates all these extra details. We have officers out there, so I thought no better person to bring than him to talk about, you know, what we see, what we do out there, and kind of some expectations from tailgaters from us and what we expect from them.
But so do you have any sort of extra plans or extra bodies in play? I mean, tomorrow's going to be a different vibe than most games.
Absolutely. We have a few extra people, but the biggest thing is the coordination that we have with the team makers, NDSU Athletics, NDSU Police Department, and later I'll be even talking with UND Police. So we're looking for a great game and a great family and just an entertaining atmosphere out in the tailgating area. And basically, the people that are working are really second, because the people that are out in the tailgating, they actually take care of themselves and treat us extremely well. And that, I think, is the biggest part that we have, is people out there to have fun, and no matter which team they're going for, it's a fun rivalry.
So anything specifically that you're looking for tomorrow to make sure you keep people from being out of the backseat of your car?
Well, some of the things is the overconsumption. That is one of the biggest things. And minors, if you're not 21, please do not be drinking alcohol. We will have officers out there. We may even have some plain clothes looking for minors and to take care of that. The other thing is that if somebody is over intoxicated, we will be trying to get them rides home, medical attention, and those types of things. But for the most part, again, it's a good rivalry. People are out there to have a good time. We really don't have the fights or anything like that, but probably the biggest thing is at times we will have a little bit of the overconsumption.
So as Jess mentioned, you've been doing this now since Dakota Field. I mean, any particular tailgating stories that stand out to you want to share?
Well, you know, when tailgating first started, one of the biggest things that I have was that, and it's an example of how well the people are out there in the tailgating area. And I'm pretty well known out there. And so I was walking by an area, and all of a sudden there was a young person, and this is probably 10 years ago, and when tailgating first started at the Dome. And a young person made some comments. And all of a sudden there were people from the next tailgating group, and even his own friends grabbed him and was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "It's a cop." And he's like, they treat us extremely well out here. They're not trying to hassle us. They're here for us to protection and to basically encourage us to have the fun. And they basically told me, I didn't even talk with the young person. His friends said, he's leaving now, and they escorted him out. And realistically, that's kind of what we even have out there, is that people are just out there to have a good time, and they're looking for the officers, inviting us into their tailgating areas. So it's a great time, and it's what I'm looking forward to. I haven't seen some of these people since last football season.
That's so nice. I mean, you're like the person asking, okay, who's going to have the steak? Who's going to have the dogs, right? You probably know what's going on in the menus and everything.
Yes, they take care of us very well.
Anything else you want to add, Jess?
No, we're looking forward to a great season. We have a lot of responsible people out there. Just that extra reminder that if you've had too much to drink, find a responsible ride home. So there's lots of ride shares, lots of options out there, so we don't have to drive drunk. Also, if you're going to be walking to and from the game, make sure that you're being respectful of people's property, not littering, stuff like that.
So also I know that hours sometimes become a thing because people want to get out there early and things of that nature. First off, do you know the hours specifically? And if someone gets there early or ends up staying late, do you do anything to those people? Or?
Well, basically, starting tonight about 5 o'clock, I'm sure there's probably, I haven't been up there, but I'm sure there's already people starting to line up for the non-reserve. And NDSU has a great plan for that. They've already got them in certain areas. And then at about 5 o'clock, they will bring them out of one of the areas and start putting them out onto 17th Avenue. So the non-reserve opens up at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and the reserve opens up at 9. So the reserve people, even though they've got their own spots, they're going to be, they start lining up or getting into the parking lot at the Dome probably around 3 o'clock in the morning. So there's going to be a lot of people out there, and this year they have also changed the non-reserve to a different lot. So what was non-reserve last year has now become reserved, and just to the south side of 17th Avenue is where the NQ lot for NDSU will be, where the non-reserve. So
Thanks for all you've been doing. We appreciate it. It's just been incredible to see everyone get out there and tailgate. And tomorrow is going to be, it's just going to have a special ambiance. So to both of you, thanks for being here and thanks for what you do for our community.
Absolutely.
thank
Appreciate
you.
it. All right, stay with us. When we come back, we'll be taking you out to Shields. Give you some update on some bison gear. Stick around for that.